All
I
right.
think we are live,
We're on.
right?
And hey, Tukba, how are you? Hey, everybody.
Hi, Julia. Welcome. It's so nice to be with you here. Oh,
Thank you. So nice to be with you here.
thank you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Also, not just for this live, also coming to Turkey. Yay! So you will be here on April 7th for two body process class and also something first in Turkey, live right voice for you class.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. And we just wanted to invite you so people can know you better, you know, so we can talk about magic. Because I asked you, what would you like to talk about? You said magic with molecules. And I was like, yay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love this topic because um magic is something that's really actually very easy for us. It's what's natural to us, and it's actually how we are designed to be. And so I love using the tools of access because they create magic. I mean, I know you've created so much magic in your life using the tools of access.
yeah,
And like we are designed to have the ability to touch something and change its molecules or look at something and change its molecules. And I think that that's something that we like now is the time to really cultivate that again and to really have that as a reality. I mean, I use it with stuff all the time. I use the tools of access to change my food. I use it to change my body. I use it when I don't want something to occur. I just do a change-o, and it changes. And it's like it's a level of magic that you're not supposed to have, and most people don't believe in. And it's just such a fun way to go through life, changing everything to make it better.
yeah, exactly what you said. You are not supposed to have it and be it.
Right.
You know? If you have it and you are being it, so you are not normal, you are a freak, you are not from this planet, blah, 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 blah. So, what we do is we pretend like we don't have any magic, we are normal like everyone else, and then we stuck in our lives.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I love like, I think that for me and so many people, it's like the more and more you can acknowledge that you're different. And when somebody calls you a freak, it's like, yes, I am a freak. And I love my life because I can make anything happen that I want to happen. It's like
Yes.
that willingness to be a freak, it's once you're willing to be that, it's like you can have so much magic in your life.
Oh, exactly that. Yeah. I was a freak when I was a kid and younger. I'm still young, but when I was younger,
Yeah.
yeah, um, I people would tell me that I'm nuts. So I literally committed my life to be normal.
Hmm.
Then from there, everything started to went down. You know,
Yeah.
my money, my joy, my happiness.
Hmm.
Because before that, when I wasn't listening to people, I was creating a lot, even though I wasn't earning much as a salary. I was creating a lot in my life. I was living like a really wealthy person. And when I started to listen to people and try to be more normal, it literally stopped everything,
Right.
my health including. And my body was like screaming at me, but I wasn't able to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
thanks to access and body processes, bars and tools, everything changed.
Yeah.
So, so
Yeah.
great.
No, it's such a gift to be able to realize that you actually have the awareness for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that, God, it's just such a wonderful place to go. I have the awareness that's greater than what people tell me. I mean, I just had a thing where somebody was telling me um, that they were scared for me because I was going to a country in Europe and there's the war going on and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know,
Yeah.
a long time ago, I would have gone, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's wrong? Da da da. Rather than, hmm, does my body have the magic that it needs not to put me in harm's way? Yes.
Amazing.
Do I have the ability to change situations so that they work to create more consciousness? Yes. Okay, so there's no problem. And
Yeah.
it's like each of you has that ability, and you know that you have that ability. Like when I was a little kid, um, well, like maybe 10 or something, the Harry Potter book came out,
Yeah.
and I loved the Harry Potter book, and I was obsessed with it. And because it was the only thing, it was one of the only things that acknowledged that I actually had magic, you
Yeah.
know? And I would sleep with it in bed under my pillow, or I would sleep with it in, I even took it in the swimming pool and it got wet. But it was like something that I had to hold on to acknowledge my magic.
Oh, yes.
So so I'm going to use the access consciousness clearing statement. Everything that you're doing to block out and stop the magic that you be because you're listening to those around you. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And how much energy are you using to refuse the magic that you could be choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah, and one of the greatest things that creates magic is this place of no need. And every need that we have actually dispels our magic, makes our magic less.
Mm.
So I love the access consciousness tools to use with regards to being needless. It's called needless, we call it. And it's like, so let's use a clearing statement on need. So what invention are you using to create the need you are choosing? And
Oh.
everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's such a good one. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine podpoc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So there's some clearings, and I recommend going back and listening to them. I use these things all the time.
Yeah. And, I'm also a facilitator and I love it. And I am working with people who are saying, I really would like to do this in my life, but I really would like to be this, but, you know, they always live in their mind all the time. And if they live in their mind tells them there's no way. They have only one choice, which is validated by their parents and the society, you know. And when I look at the world right now, people looks like they don't have hope or choice, but it's mostly choice. They think they don't have a choice. That brings hopelessness, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, totally. I mean, I was talking to a lady yesterday in a session that I was doing, and she's like 22 years old, and she just doesn't feel any hope for her future. Like she just feels like, and none of this was even cognitive. Like she wasn't even thinking these things. It was just what was in her background. But she was like having this place where she basically didn't see what anything was worth anymore because there's just this overarching energy in her life that there is no future, the earth is dying, you know, the inflation is rising, the global warming. It's like all of these things are happening, and there's no reason to create like this energy of like, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So anywhere that you guys are buying into that, what's the point energy? Will you
Whew.
return it to sender with consciousness attached?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like I look back to those movies in the 1950s and things like that, and there was such an innocence to it, and people were looking to the future.
Yeah.
And I would like to see a place where people looked to the possibilities of the future rather than the destruction of the future. And that's what these tools really create. And magic with the molecules really creates is like, when you know that you are part of changing the world and you know that you have gifts and talents that nobody else has and you know that you have a voice in the world, that takes away this thing of what is the point and allows you to have magic with the molecules and really make the future something that is possible, like something that is worth having, something that there's no point because somebody else is going to tear your future down, politicians or uh,
Yeah.
anybody, the whole society, so.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think I will keep listening this part, because this part, what we are talking about, is changing something in me.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Wow, thank you for this.
Yeah.
Really. Wow.
Yeah, it's a different thing, and it's like we have so many things that stop our magic, and that energy of, well, what's the point? Like, why even get out of bed in the morning? Why even, like, it's a huge stop, and nobody really talks about it. It's something that like everybody is psychically spreading, around and buying into, and it's a huge stop, but it doesn't belong to us. And the less that we personally buy into it, and the more that we ask questions and create magic for the future. And creating magic for the future is just like, I don't know, I mean, I'm creating different kinds of things all the time. What would be an example? I don't know. Oh, um just a little one is, Gary Douglas said, I have to join a community theater to get over a limitation. And I went, I don't want to join a community theater. I don't want to do that. And I went, okay, fine. If it's going to create more, I'm going to do it. So universe, show me how I can join a community theater. And so it showed up in the craziest way. My stepdaughter, who's 13, who Tugba,
Yeah.
basically got the big part in her school play and is really involved in her school play.
Mm.
And so I without even thinking of that it connected, I said, I'll help out with the school play because it just felt really light. And so now I'm the assistant drama coach at the school play, working one-on-one with all of the kids, using the Right Voice for You tools to invite them to be more of them on stage. And it's totally giving me the awareness that Gary was inviting me to. And it's like, it just showed up by magic. And those
Wow.
are the kind of things. It's like, I just asked, I went, okay, I'm willing to have the awareness, universe, show me. And I didn't have to go out and look. I didn't have to work. It just showed up in my life, right in my lap. And that's
Yeah,
the way it should be.
it's too easy, Julia. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
We need some drama and trauma ooh, that we overcome,
Exactly.
I was like that. And when
Me
it,
too. Me too. I was like that. Totally.
I can't imagine you like that.
Oh my gosh. I used to cry about everything all the time. And one time Gary said, if you're going to cry, you might as well have a good time being pathetic. So I was crying over something and I went, oh, I use the tool of like being more pathetic. So I put on this big long gown and I ran from mirror to mirror in my house going, and I smeared my mascara all over my face. And I was like, and that helped me get over it. After like being in the third bedroom with the third mirror, I went, this is kind of stupid.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. I realize that too. If I pretend like I have a problem and I need to solve it, overcome it, and try to fix it, it's not going away. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But if I indulge in it, play with it, then I'm like, I'm bored. I'm done playing with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Be gone.
Exactly. It's such a good tool.
Yeah.
Indulging. Such
Yeah.
a good tool.
Yeah. Access has amazing tools. And when I became a facilitator, I wasn't able to do anything. I was forcing myself to do a video or a free something, so I can just practice, but I wasn't able to. But when I learned some, not all of it, just some tools from Right Voice for You, it changed everything. Like,
Nice.
it was amazing.
It does. It does. And it is tools. Like I'm working with these kids in the drama program, and it's like I try to tell them to change, like to be more expressive, and it doesn't do anything telling them. But then
Yeah.
I give them the tool of expanding out and pulling energy, which we'll talk about in the 3-day class. And all of a sudden, their performance goes from being boring to making me want to cry because I'm so moved by how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And so I totally get that thing that you're saying, that like the tools of Right Voice for You were just like bam.
Yeah. And I think Gary has a video, one of his Right Voice for You classes. I will find it and share with everyone. He's not doing these classes anymore, but it's old one, but good one. And
Mm-hmm.
also, do you know what I did with one of the Right Voice for You tools during this pandemic? All the hairstylists were closed and my hair was looking so awful. So I just pulled energy from all the best hairstylists in the world and then grabbed the scissors
You did not.
and cut my hair.
Oh,
And
it's brilliant.
And the next day, we had a telecall, and someone, who was that? I don't remember. Sarah what or Sarah Grandinetti? I don't remember which one. One Sarah said, "Did you do something to your hair? It looks amazing." I said, "Yeah, I just used the Right Voice for You tool and cut my hair." They were like, "Oh my God."
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And that's so it. It's like, it's so fun to have this much power. And I think that's the thing. It's like we're using this for things like getting, being part of the drama and using a haircut, doing a haircut, and people do it for money. And I also see people changing really big things in their lives. Everything from a haircut to not being able to public speak and becoming an amazing public speaker. It's so fun to have that much power. And
Yeah.
I love working with this community, these kids too, because I'm getting to see because I have seen how these tools apply to singers. I've seen how these tools apply in Right Voice classes. Sometimes I have doctors, dentists, everybody comes to Right Voice for You classes. But seeing it with these children is giving me a whole nother perspective of how powerful the tools are. And it's not talking, it's actually using the tools is so powerful. And it's giving these kids a greater sense of their own beings and their own power.
Oh my God. How did they get so lucky?
Oh, thank you.
Really, what would it take for us to utilize these tools so we can share with kids around us so they can have a different future? We all can have a different future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Wow. My body is all goosebumps. Like, yay.
Yeah. Magic with the molecules, folks.
Exactly. And we will meet with you next week.
Yep.
And our topic will be what leads to greatness. Wow. Whew, it's so spacious. Uh,
Mhm.
oh my God. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Tukva. I'm so grateful for you.
Ah, me too. And I'm so looking forward to have you here because you were here for Dane's ESP SOP classes,
Hmm.
right? And we were doing SOP on each other. And oh boy, I never laughed that much in an SOP session. So thank you.
Fun. Yes. Yeah.
It was so much fun. So looking forward to have that again here.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
Awesome.
amazing. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye.